brace yourself for the wildest ride of your life. It's the craziest book Chris Aiken has ever written, and other things I should not say. Get ready for over 500 pages of pure, unfiltered debauchery. From his military years, Chris Aiken spills the shocking stories of sex, partying, violence, and the stuff that's so wild it's probably illegal. You've heard the tales on the Classic Metal Show, but never like this. Don't wait. Get your copy now at chrisaiken.net before the censors try to shut it down.
Hey guys, this is Wolf Hoffman from Accept, and you're on CMS TV.
It's Great White right here on your Classic Metal Show, doing a Led Zeppelin cover with Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You. And our good friend Jack Russell left us this week. And kicking off the show tonight, we heard Great White from the Let It Rock release with My World. And entering his world of broadcast radio, my good friend and partner, Chris Aiken. What's going on there, Chris?
What is up, boss? How we doing?
We're back again.
Yeah.
After,
hopefully on better terms than the last time we convened.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, but thought it was a good way to pay a little tribute to our good friend Jack Russell, who unfortunately passed away this week. And, that Led Zeppelin cover kind of says it all. It's calling him back home. So he went home from whence he came.
That's right.
So, Babe, I'm going to leave you. And he did.
And he did.
So there you are. But anyway, we're here. And we're glad to be back. At least I am. I can't speak for Chris, but I usually think he's in a pretty...
yeah, I'm good.
He's ready to rock and roll. Call it rock
good
and roll.
Tonight. But I like it, Yeah, I'm here. I'm ready. Let's do it.
Perfect.
Let's have some fun.
Yeah, well, I had some fun last night. I was out and about with some CMSers.
Okay.
Out and about with your co-host on the Chris Aiken Presents, our good friend Eric Ferentinos.
That's right, yeah.
And, of course, our good friend Stephen Pearcy.
Sure.
And Scarfoot, and the lovely Taylor, and Sal, and a few others who were out and about hanging around.
Cool.
So it was a fun evening out of just some good Rat music. Stephen Pearcy performed the entire Out of the Cellar release.
That's cool.
It's in its entirety, along with a few extra tunes, and good show. Everybody had a good time, and your friend Eric, always good to see him.
Oh yeah, he's always fun.
So we got to hang out a little bit before the show and a little bit after the show last night, and just kind of chatted it up, and everyone seems to be in good spirits, seems to be doing well. And it's always fun to just catch up with everybody. I don't get to do that maybe once, couple times a year.
Right.
But when it does happen, it's always a momentous event. And hey, I want to tip my hat to our friend Sal. This guy, Mr. Homebody, won't leave the hovel unless it's he gets dragged out. He literally threw off the binds of self-imprisonment and said, you know what, fuck it, I'm coming to that show.
Sal did?
And at the last minute, grabbed an Uber and Ubered 45 miles out to hang out with us and Ubered home.
Jesus Christ. 90 miles of Uber, that must have cost like $3,000.
He's like, you know what, fuck it. I'm taking a different attitude. If there's something I want to do, I'm going. I said, well, hey, I don't know what would prevent you from doing that.
Yeah. Why was it different before?
Well, attitude. It was different because of attitude, and it's like an awakening all of a sudden. It's like, hey, I'm a grown man. I make a good living.
Right.
I'm a man of means. I don't have a wife and kids to be accountable for. What am I doing stuck here in my place when there's a show going on and there's CMS people hanging out and having fun? Why can't I be a part of that?
So really what it means is he likes his new job better than the old job.
Perhaps.
And he's much happier, so he's willing to go out.
So he did.
All right. How long have we been on now? 5 minutes?
5 minutes.
Chris seems sad tonight.
You seem sad? You don't appear to be sad to me.
We haven't even gotten started.
You don't appear to be sad to me.
I've had like 2 seconds to say anything. You're recapping what you did last night, and I'm sitting here listening.
Maybe he's watching an old show.
I don't know what he's watching, but he's commenting on this show, on this Rumble, this Rumble chat. So
I don't see any sadness in your demeanor at all.
Yeah, I'm not sure where that's coming from, but okay.
Okay.
I'm happy, Barden.
God damn it.
See how happy I am? Woohoo! Jesus.
That's hysterical.
And we've been in the show 4 fucking minutes.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't had time to get going yet.
Yeah. So, anyway, so thanks for everybody who came out last night and hung out and chit-chatted and enjoyed the Stephen Pearcy show. And, we all were able to gather before the show and have a couple of cocktails together. And Scarfoot joined Taylor and I and enjoyed some tacos together and some margaritas. And, me and Eric, we shared some pizza together after the show.
Nice.
So I'm feeling a little bloated. I took a big old dose of Perfect 7 before the show.
Oh boy.
So
there might be some short segments tonight while you go shit it out.
No, it ain't going to be that quick, but I just get the pipes cleaned back out. I don't normally eat like that. So it was just like, holy shit. I drank a little bit too much, but I wasn't driving, so that wasn't a problem. And I had a little too much to eat.
Right.
And then this afternoon on our way back into the city to drop Taylor off, we reconnected with Sal and went to one of his favorite places down the street from his place, the Benchmark.
Okay.
And we enjoyed some cocktails and some food this afternoon.
Look at you. Jesus.
So I'm feeling a little bloaty. I'm feeling bloated from
I guess so.
Too much indulgence.
You'll work it off. I know you. You'll go walk 30 miles tomorrow.
Yeah, you're right. By the time I got home at like just at 5 o'clock, and I said, oh man, I could catch about a 90-minute nap.
Right.
So I took a 90-minute nap, got up, jumped in the shower, got all fresh and clean, wake my ass up, and here I am.
Here you are, ready to rock.
Yep. But I am telling you, dude, and I know you know this from experience from your Van Halen trip almost 10 years ago, or actually 10 years ago.
Yeah,
it was 2014, right?
2013. Yeah, 13, I think, yeah.
Yeah, so it's been, it's been 11 years, but
yeah,
dude, the traffic was absolutely just horrendous. I cannot tell you. I mean, obviously, I live in the general vicinity, and I do experience some traffic. I cannot tell you how bad the traffic was yesterday. I left the city after picking Taylor up. We left at 10 minutes of 3 on a Friday, which is just horrific. And to drive 45 miles, 2 hours and 10 minutes.
Jesus Christ.
And
now, is that because of the DNC getting ready to be there?
No,
or
it's just,
nothing?
I think it's just end of summer traveling, people blowing out of town, people getting the hell out of Dodge, but it wasn't because of construction. It wasn't because of accidents. It wasn't because of any obstructions. It was just bumper to bumper traffic for miles and miles and miles, three and 4 lanes wide.
Fuck that.
And then coming back this morning, we left the hotel at like 11 o'clock this morning on a Saturday.
Right.
Getting back to the city took us 2 hours.
Fuck. Fuck
We left
that.
at 11. We left right at 11. We made a little pit stop. We didn't get back to the city until after 12. Or I mean, we left. It was like an hour and just close to 2 hours. So it was almost 1 o'clock.
No thanks.
Yeah. To go 45 miles.
Yeah, this is why I'm a homebody.
No shit, dude. I was just like, holy fuck. So it was just like, wow, look at this. So it was ridiculous traffic, but anyway, it paid its dividends, and we had a great time. So everybody who came out last night, thanks. We had a great time.
Good to hear.
Did you hear from your friend Eric at all? I know he had.
I have not.
I know he had to fly out real early this morning. They had to bug out of the hotel at 5:30.
Yeah,
So
he what did he text me about? Something like 8 o'clock in the morning, and I was surprised he was even
they
alive.
left the hotel at 5:30, and they had to catch their plane at O'Hare at like 8, and so then they had to fly to like Nashville or some some ridiculous, and then drive to like Johnson City, Tennessee or something.
Yeah,
like that. So it was
they're in Kentucky today.
In Kentucky, yeah.
Yeah, no, he texted me something from that show last night, which we will get into in the second segment of this show tonight.
All right. Didn't have to do with me, did it?
No. It has to do with Jack Russell.
Oh, okay.
There is a glut of weird Jack Russell stuff going around right now.
All right. Well, I did speak to Stephen about it.
Okay.
And when I saw Stephen, I walked into the dressing room and he goes, "Hey, bud," just like real Stephen-esque,
Right.
And I walked in and we exchanged pleasantries and stuff. And I said, "Stephen, I got to ask you." I said, "You're, as of late, you've been talking about putting your career to bed, that you're winding your career down. You've kind of indicated that that's what you're doing."
Yeah.
And I said, "Give me your honest opinion. What's your thoughts? Rolling Stones at 80 years old, still strutting the stage in front of stadiums." He's the dude. I'm telling you, those guys made a deal with the devil. I said, that's exactly what Chris and I say on the show, that they made a deal with the devil. He said, there is no fucking way at 80 years old, these guys are strutting around like they are if they haven't made a deal with the devil.
Yeah, no, it's crazy what they're able to do.
And
as we talk to guys that are younger than them but old, they're all feeling it. They're all feeling it now, and they're like, Jesus, 15 more years of this? No fucking way.
Well, I walked into the dressing room, and he was sitting in one of those big chairs, and he's literally sitting like this.
Yeah, like he's dead.
just trying to recover,
Right.
But he did a 90-minute show, no breaks, and they just did back-to-back songs from Out of the Cellar, and
That's cool.
Energetic as always, and
sure,
just out there pumping it up, being Stephen Pearcy, doing his rat and roll.
Yeah, you get a night of rat when you see that show, that's for sure.
Sure thing. And so, I chit-chatted with him, and then I asked him, I said, "Any thoughts on Jack Russell?" He says, "Rest in peace, my brother." He goes, "It's always sad when one of ours is gone like that." And I said, "Well, were you guys friends?" I said, "Were you guys like close friends?" Or he goes, "Yeah, of course. We played the Strip way back in the day when they were still Dante Fox, and we were still Mickey Rat, and he was telling me a couple of little snippets there, He said, "Jack partied hard, man. That's all I got to tell you." He said, it's self-inflicted. He says, "I'm sad to see him go, but man," he said, that's a tough life that guy lived."
And if Stephen Pearcy is saying somebody else partied hard, that's partying hard.
Exactly.
Because Stephen Pearcy in the day, even past the day, partied really hard.
Yeah, he was a party guy.
Stephen only recently, last 10 years or so, stopped partying, slowed down from legendary status. But he was legendary status partier forever. And if he's saying Jack partied harder than him.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah. Stephen, obviously he's got 8 or 10 years on Jack,
Yeah.
So, Jack was 63 and Stephen is 70, 71, something like that. 72.
Something like it. You know what, Barden? Worry about managing you. Don't worry about fucking producing the show. Shut up.
It's not the background. It says Chris Aiken Presents. It says Seth Williams. It has.
If I go to this one, you can see the CMS and all that other shit too. I just have it shrunk down. So shut the fuck up.
It's all back there. It's funny how people want to produce the show.
Yeah, well, you know what? Fuck off. How do you like that, producer?
Yeah, you need a better backdrop. You need to brighten your attitude a little bit more.
Yeah.
You need to step up to the mic a little more. Yeah,
I'm doing everything wrong tonight. Fuck off. Holy mother of fuck.
So anyway, I just had an opportunity to speak to the legendary Stephen Pearcy, and there you go.
Happy?
Naked chicks.
Happy naked chicks.
Yes.
That should be better.
You can never go wrong with naked chicks.
No, that's better.
But yeah, so I brought that up, and I got now what?
Fucking A.
This doesn't warrant a segment in itself. This is just a confirmation of something that it was just the culminate.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So it was a culmination of the parties involved in the story being in the same place at the same time that it hit me like a bolt of lightning.
Yes.
As you're well aware, former Slaughter drummer Blas Elias is drumming with Stephen Pearcy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Stephen Pearcy, of course, is the one who broke the news to us that during the Voices of Metal tour, he witnessed Janet Gardner getting punched out by her husband.
Yes.
That made ripples all over the place.
Sure did.
I have not seen Blas Elias in person since like 1998 or 2000.
Okay.
So I have not had the opportunity to speak to him personally. And I said, oh, Blas, while you're here,
right,
I have to know. And I told him the whole story. I said, we were told that during the Voices of Metal tour that we're kind of being a little bit flirtatious with you during the Voices of Metal tour, and Janet Gardner's then husband, tour manager, behind the scenes keyboard player, was getting a little bit fed up, a little bit jealous of the interaction.
Right.
And he punched Janet Gardner out. He said 100% true.
Nice.
He said, and it wasn't because we were flirting or anything. He said the girls were on the side of the stage watching our set.
Okay.
And he said he came up and he said they got into some kind of verbal argument. And he said next thing he knew, he just clocked her.
Jesus.
He goes, he was just a bad dude. That's what he said. So all these years later, the CMS legacy lives with the infamous Jan Keeneman interview, and one of the parties who was a witness to it, and one of the parties who apparently was
part of it.
the impetus behind it, told me 100% true.
Wow. Well, there you go. So I guess it's not a rumor anymore.
It's not a rumor.
It's not a rumor.
So I thought you would find that interesting.
Oh, yeah.
It just hit me like a ton of bricks that, wait a minute, Stephen's here, Blas is here.
Yeah. People
who have firsthand knowledge of this.
Right.
I have to ask.
That's funny.
And he didn't bat an eye. And strangely enough, after all these years, like I said, I think the last time I saw Blas was maybe 2000. So we're talking 24 years ago.
Sure.
He remembered me.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So that was cool.
You haven't run into Slaughter at any of the shit that you do?
No. not Bloss, because Bloss left the band not long.
Yeah, that's true. He was in the Blue Man Group and they had that other guy.
After they did that Back to Reality release, I think.
That's right.
He left the band. And I hadn't seen Bloss since.
Right.
But that guy, he hasn't aged a day.
I know, it's infuriating. When you see that guy, he probably weighs exactly the same, looks exactly the same.
Hair is exactly the same.
Seems like he has the same energy.
He does.
It's
I'm just telling you, watching him play was a pleasure.
He'll probably be the Rolling Stones drummer in 25 years.
Yeah, something like that. But watching him play last night was a pleasure because he was doing the whole twirling the sticks between every beat,
Right.
Just twirl, beat. I mean, he was just doing the whole thing the whole night. And just watching his antics on stage, or his what's the word I'm looking for? His
energy or whatever.
Yeah, his physical ability up there on stage to play. He was spot on. I was like, holy shit, that guy has not missed a beat.
Sure.
No pun intended.
Yeah, I know Eric has said a couple of times that Bloss brought a new energy that's really made the band better.
He definitely was. That band was very cohesive last night. So, of course, most of them, Matt Thorne was with them this time around.
Right.
And, because they frequently switch out the bassists, and sometimes the drummer, those two, the rhythm section has been the least consistent of band members with Stephen's band. But last night it was right in the pocket. So
that's awesome.
Real good. Yeah. But it was fun catching up with Bloss. I mean, just real friendly guy, really down to earth, just laid back, easy going. We were just chit chatting about old times and things, and it's like, wow, it's like no time has passed.
I know, it's crazy. I wonder why he's not in Slaughter.
He told me
why.
We were actually. That's interesting. You would ask me that because of that. He said that we were talking. I said. I had the opportunity. I said, do you remember the small club in Akron, Ohio, Ron's Crossroads? And he goes, yeah, that little place on the corner. And I said, yeah, exactly. I said, when I got into radio, that was really my first real promotion per se, live radio promotion. I actually picked Mark Slaughter up at the hotel, took him to the radio station and did like an hour of Slaughter and talking about the show and pumping up the show, and went out there and promoted the thing. I said it was for Revolution, and we were talking about that. He goes, that was just before Tim died. And I said, yeah, absolutely. And he goes, after he passed away, he said our band was never the same. He said when Blando came into the band, he said we did that one album together, and he said it just lost its energy. It just lost its chemistry. And he said, it just wasn't the same for me anymore. I just lost my interest in Slaughter at that point.
Okay.
So that's kind of the answer right there. He didn't say I left Slaughter because of this. It's just that his interest in Slaughter just kind of waned after that.
Right. Wow. Well, that's and Barden, we're not talking about Blots. We're talking about Bloss, B-L-A-S, Elias.
Bloss Elias.
Bloss Elias, not Bobby Blotzer.
Although I did talk to Jason Green, and we did discuss his appearance here on the show when he talked for an hour, and we asked 2 questions.
Right.
And we chit-chatted about that a little bit, and how nutty Blotzer, not Bloss, but Blotzer is.
Sir Robert, remember he doesn't like what I call him when I call him fucking Blots.
And he said that that appearance that he made here on the show, the appearance that Jason Green made here on the show, even to this day, he said people are still commenting on that.
Huh. Well, that's funny. That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, you were at the show? Does Johnny fit or no?
Yeah, he fits fine. He's a little more showy than Eric. Eric's a little more laid back, a little more prowess. Johnny likes to get up there and use all the facial expressions and act like really just
grinding it out.
Right. As to where Eric is just more laid back and just doing his thing. Eric's just a chill dude. Johnny, he likes to show off, which is interesting because right in front of us where they comped us the seats, Johnny Monaco's mother was there to see him.
Oh, nice.
And she was right in front of us, and she's this little old lady, just a little lady.
Right.
And Taylor got the biggest kick out of her because she just was, I'm here to see my son tonight. He's been doing this a long time, and I'm just really excited to see him, and she was just commenting through the whole show and stuff. So, she might have been, I don't know how old she is, but she probably in her late 70s, early 80s, maybe, and she seemed to be enjoying herself,
Well, that's cool.
And so we got backstage there, and Johnny came in, and Taylor said, "Hey, we met your mom." And he says, "You saw her?" And she goes, "Yeah, she was the cutest little old lady." He goes, "Man, I can't find her anywhere." He says, "I've been out there looking all over the place for her."
She probably went home.
Maybe. Who knows? But yeah, just a fun-filled evening, man. Enjoyed it. So thank you, Onesti Entertainment, as well. That Ron Onesti, I'll tell you, he does everything right with his performances, the acts that he brings in, and the way he treats everybody, and he treats these guys really well. Nice accommodations and everything. He just does a real nice job.
Oh, that's cool. That sounds like you had a fun time overall.
Yeah, he's just a rah American guy, man. He just loves America. He loves rock and roll. Everything is God bless America. God bless rock and roll. God bless you fans. He's just so animated about it.
Right. Now stand up for the playing of the national anthem before we get started.
He comes out with a flag and starts waving it around us.
Oh, nice.
He walks out there with the American flag, and he's out there waving it around and, singing the national anthem before the show. And, you think he's a Trump guy?
Oh, I'd imagine.
Mm-hmm.
Will he wave the sickle flag once fucking Camel Toe wins?
So anyway, enough about my evening out and about, but good time had by all. So it's one of those opportunities I look forward to getting out of the house and actually meeting up with some fun people and just having some good food, having some cocktails, some good conversation, some laughs, just enjoying life. So what was your week about, aside from the few interludes that we did with the live streams and things?
It was a really intense work week. I really didn't have my head up much, and I really was working weird hours again and everything else because it was just it was one of them weeks where I was burning phones all week. Like I probably did 40 hours of phone work this week, which that sucks. But, got to do it. Got to make the cake. So
right, of course.
40 hours of that and then doing the work behind that all week. So I really didn't venture out, didn't do shit, honestly, I don't even know that I watched anything on TV, nothing. It was all work this week, man.
Yeah.
The only time I looked up was when you texted me that Jack Russell passed. And I was like, "Oh, let's hit it. Let's go live with that and talk about it." And
sure,
that's the only real break that's not on my normal schedule that I had the entire week. It was not a fun week at all. It was definitely one of those. It was
nose to the grindstone week.
Yeah, it was. Got to make the money, or I'm gonna be fucking doing this podcast from a tent.
Gotta make the donuts.
That's right.
Well, good. I mean, obviously you did your normal show.
Yeah.
Normal shows.
I did. Yep. Yeah, we did. We had the Chris Aiken Presents. We did a couple episodes of the Seth. All were good. I mean, it's not like I was running into them tired or anything. So, everything was good. Just busy. Like even doing the Seth show. The Seth show starts at 4 Eastern. I wandered in here every day at 3:58. It was work right up until pop on, hit the intro.
Right.
It was that kind. And then as soon as it was over, done, back to the other room, back to work. It's one of those kind of weeks. So
Right.
not real productive. Nothing to really share this week. Just bleh.
Sure. Well, I also want to thank, Jimmy K from The Metal Voice.
Yeah.
Who, he had invited you to come on and give your thoughts on Jack Russell, and you didn't believe that you had enough interesting input, and you kind of asked if I would step in and join Jimmy K on his little quick video cast.
Yeah, well, he asked me, and quite honestly, I had shit to do. Like I was just saying, we had just finished, and he asked me, and I had my daughter was over here, so I was kind of doing family, and I made the family wait an hour while me and you did what was supposed to be 15 minutes, and then turned into 45. So I had them waiting for me anyway. So right after we ended, Jimmy hits me up and he's like, yeah, I'd like to have you come on for a little quick hit and, tell some stories about Jack Russell. I was like, well, you should have Neeley come on because Neeley knows Jack. I mean, I've met Jack, but I don't know him. No, like I don't have a friendship with him as much as I have an acquaintanceship with him.
Right, of course.
And I was like, and he was like, yeah, that'd be cool, And then I watched some of it, or I saw it, like replayed it. Mm-hmm. And you had a lot of story. It seemed like you knew way more than he did. It didn't seem like he knew shit about Jack Russell.
Yeah, he was asking me. I think he was trying to get Stevie Rochelle.
Okay.
And then when he couldn't get Stevie, he settled for second best, which was me. So, Stevie he was busy or just didn't want to come on or talk about it or anything. I don't know what the reason was. I know he was texting back and forth with Stevie, and he said, do you know Stevie Rochelle? I said, yeah, I've known Stevie for at least 25 years.
Sure.
And he goes, yeah, I was trying to get him to come on, but he just doesn't seem to have any interest in doing this. And, this and that. And I said, whatever, everybody's busy. Everybody got a gig to do.
Yeah.
It's just, on the fly like that.
Yeah. So, I mean, it was real on the fly. Like from the time I asked you to the time you were actually doing it was what, 20 minutes?
Yeah. It wasn't even 20 minutes.
That was a weird night. From the time you told me that Jack died to the time we were on the air was 15 minutes at most.
Yeah, real quick.
It was just like, let's fire this shit up. Let's go.
Great. And strangely enough, out of the blue, I get an email from our good friend Jim Bob Dorff.
Okay.
He just hit me up here about 3 hours ago. He says, howdy, Wendell. Just a note to let you know that I saw the video that you and Chris posted the other day and thought it was very fitting and respectful tribute to Jack Russell. I wasn't even aware that he had been ill until after he had passed away. You both had very nice things to say about him, and it was a moving way to eulogize the man and his contributions to music.
Oh, that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Even though on YouTube, I still personally got smacked over it.
I'm sure you did. What happened?
I dared to be honest and say I was not a huge fan of the music.
So?
Well, that apparently was disrespectful and awful.
Really? And YouTube picked up on that and said that wasn't right to say something like that?
No, not YouTube. Some YouTuber.
Oh, a YouTuber.
Some fucking commenting cunt.
Oh, I see.
Some cunt that was on there commenting was like, gee, nice tribute. You come on and say you don't like his music. I'm like, what am I supposed to fucking do? I've been saying that I'm not a huge fan of Great White for 20 fucking years.
Yeah,
Now should I come on and say, oh, Great White, my favorite band.
Right.
God, I got hooked. I still play it 40 times a week. It's my favorite ever. It's like, Jesus Christ, fucking get off my dick. I thought we were plenty respectful.
I thought we were too.
And then also they were mad that I brought up the fire. How do you not? How do you not?
How do you not bring that up? That's
the biggest part of his legacy. Unfortunate, but true.
Yeah, and it's history. It's American history. It's the biggest, worst fire
accident
ever.
Yeah, I mean it's a huge part of his legacy. It was just, I just saw the quote and I was like, fuck you.
And we said how unfair it was that he took the brunt of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I don't give. I mean, obviously, I don't give two shits that somebody thinks that we weren't respectful because I know we were. So,
Of course.
I'm not terribly offended by that. But it's just like, man, the internet is full of fucking cunts. It is.
They don't hear exactly what their thoughts are on things. If you have a thought that doesn't jive with their thought, you're an asshole.
And you're wrong.
Yeah, and you're wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so fucking stupid.
Yeah, everybody's allowed to have their thoughts on things. That's what makes this country great is we can all have our own individual, but
do we need that racist rhetoric there, Neely, about making the country great? Do we need that?
Yeah, I didn't use the word patriot, which is obviously a racist term as well.
Very racist.
White supremacy. Patriot means white supremacy.
But talking about making America great, let's not go into that world.
Yeah, we're not exceptional country anyway, right, Obama? No. We're not an exceptional country.
Did you say Obama or Kamala? Sort of the same at this point.
Well, pretty much, but he was the first one. He said there's nothing exceptional about the U.S.
Yeah, well, good on him. Fucking dick fuck.
So, anyway, people checking in. Any other thoughts on the tribute?
I mean, there's a lot of comments on it. I mean, I can pull it up. I mean, most of it's positive. Almost all of it's positive, but share screen. I mean, it really is pretty much all positive.
Yeah, Jerry Kogel checked in with us. He said, well, guys, we kind of knew this was coming probably sooner than later, and it sadly has arrived. This is a tough one for me. Jack truly had one of the greatest voices ever laid down on tape, regardless of musical genre. Seen them many times over the years, but my favorite gigs were seeing them at the Vogue and Indy and being front row. Great times and memories of my life. Rest in peace, brother Jack.
All right. Well, there you go. Yeah, everybody. I mean, I think everybody's kind of bummed about it. I mean, because he was everybody that ever interacted with him. He was a pretty nice guy.
He was a nice guy.
He was always friendly and, never punched out anybody's mom or anything. I mean, he wasn't that guy. So.
Yeah, he was a fan of the fans.
Yeah. But yeah, it's sad for sure, but. And we will get into this in the second segment. Like I said, there's a lot of weird shit going on around this thing.
I'm curious to hear about it.
Yeah, everybody should have their conspiracy hats ready. But there's a lot of shit that all hit me. And of course, every single person I know, I think, texted me something about this thing.
Okay.
Like, most of it was, did you seize? I got the text from you, then I get a text from Mikey. Same exact time.
Mm-hmm. Since
then, probably 75 texts.
Yeah.
And it's all, did you see? Meanwhile, we'd already done a show on it. So, yes, I saw.
Pay attention, dick.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks for paying attention to what I do, you fuck.
Oh, brother. It's just funny.
Yeah, but I mean, it's sad, and I guess the big thing with Jack was Great White, etc. was never one of those like a Motley Crue that gave you reasons to hate him.
Right.
That's why I don't think I hate him. I mean, I'm not like I said, I've said it a million times. I'm not a huge fan of the music. It doesn't mean I hate it. It just didn't move me.
It doesn't resonate with you.
Yeah, it just didn't catch me, but I don't have nothing bad to say because there's nothing bad to say. It's not like there's that story about, it's not like a Tommy Lee situation or a Vince Neil situation where you're like, oh my God, these fucking guys, fucking douchebags.
Yeah. I mean, I can tell you the exact time that, aside from the well-publicized antics of Vince Neil, but I can tell you the time at the exact moment or the exact reason why I thought Vince Neil was a piece of shit.
Okay.
There were a couple of girls in Cleveland who were organized the Skylar Neal Foundation.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And they would raise money for the Skylar Neal Foundation. I guess this was something that Vince had.
Yeah.
So these girls wanted to get involved, and every year they would have this auction for Skylar Neal and auction off like Motley shit and various other, collectibles and things like that to raise money for the Skylar Neal Foundation. And they just did this voluntarily. They set up their own auction thing, an event, all for Vince Neal's Skylar Neal Foundation.
Sure.
And we were at the Rock Never Stops tour.
Right.
And these girls came to the Rock Never Stops tour, and they were backstage with me. And I actually had them on the Classic Metal Show. They had actually reached out to me a couple of times and said, hey, can we come on and promote the Skylar Neal Foundation auction? We're raising money for the Skylar Neal Foundation, blah, 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 blah. I said, yeah, of course. So they came on, I think two years in a row. I let them come on and,
sure,
talk about the auction and how to get involved and and what they had up for auction and how to get, all that kind of stuff, promoted it. So we're backstage and they have like an armload of stuff, Motley stuff and Vince Neil stuff and everything. And they were getting this signed. They wanted to get the stuff signed from Vince to make it worthwhile to auction it off.
And it was to raise money for his dead kid.
For his dead kid's foundation.
Yeah.
He wouldn't even see him. He made Jack Person, his road manager, come out and gather all the stuff and take it back to him and sign it and then bring it out and give it to him. Not even enough to invite them into the trailer and go, thanks for all your work and I appreciate it. Not a hello, not a thank you, nothing. Wouldn't even see him.
And we have no proof of it, but what do you think? Do you think he signed it? Or do you think the manager signed it? If you had to guess.
I would say the manager signed it.
Yeah, that's what I would say too.
Yeah, but I don't know that.
We don't know for sure,
but that to me was like, these girls work and put this whole thing together and raise money for your dead daughter's foundation, and you can't even give them 5 minutes to say hello or thank you or sign their shit or whatever it is.
That's pretty shitty.
Yeah, so that at that point, that's where my point of Neil is like, what a piece of shit. He's right there.
Yeah. Is it really that hard to come out and say, hey, thanks. Here's your shit all signed. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Thanks. Appreciate all the work you girls do.
Yeah. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Couldn't even come out and say hello or thank you or nothing.
Right.
And he literally was in a trailer right there, a dressing room trailer. And that was the one where I told you this was at the Nautica stage where they made everyone leave the back area so he could walk from the trailer to the stage. Mm-hmm. And then they made everyone leave the back area to walk from the stage back to the trailer. Everybody out. Vince Neil's coming through.
The king approaches.
Yeah. So they cleared the entire backstage area just so he could walk 50 feet.
I've seen that before numerous times.
Mm-hmm. Fucking ridiculous.
I know, it's dumb.
So when I saw that, I was just like, what a piece of shit. A regular fan wanting something signed, I kind of get that a little bit.
Yeah.
He's not obligated to just sign a fan's whatever. But this was for a charity reason.
For his kid. Yeah, it wasn't even just a cancer charity or something.
No, it was specifically for the Skylar Neal Foundation.
The foundation set up in his kid's name.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's a douche.
Yeah, so that turned me right there. That was the moment that was just like, what a fuck.
Right.
So screw that guy.
Yeah, fuck him.
So that's just some personal witness, not the antics that you see on TV. But I will give you credit though for turning me onto that Tubi documentary on Vince Neil.
Oh yeah, that was good, right?
That was really well done. Really well done. And I did watch the one on Stevie Nicks as well.
That was really well done as well.
Yeah, very well done. That Tubi, that's real good shit.
Tubi rules, man.
They got a lot of great I am like a documentary junkie.
Sure.
I love it. And did you see the one on Pete Rose?
I haven't watched it yet because I'm actually going to go. If you talk about me getting out.
Yeah.
Me and my mom are going. We already got tickets to go see Pete Rose speak.
Oh, where is he speaking?
Maybe the Roxino, maybe?
Okay.
Roxino
Right.
or the...
Well, he was doing this part of this documentary at the Roxino in Cincinnati.
Yeah, so maybe that's where, but...
I guess there's a casino attached to the Cincinnati stadium or something.
Okay.
I am not really sure. I think that's what, but he was doing his speak
Sure.
down there, and his basically what he's trying to do is get reinstated, get into the Hall of Fame, and
Before he dies,
this whole documentary is about. It's a 4-parter, and let me tell you something. So good because
I'll have to watch it.
It's raw. It's raw.
Okay.
And I'm not going to give everything away, but one of the things that really just will grind your gears.
Mm-hmm.
He was part of the Philadelphia Phillies team.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
And he sort of acted as a catalyst when he left Cincinnati to go to Philadelphia, and he acted as a catalyst that basically brought them a World Series championship.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
The second year in Philadelphia.
Right.
And so they were commemorating the 40th anniversary of the winning the World Series or something. I think he was invited, and Mike Schmidt was there, and some of the other Philadelphia players were there.
Sure.
And this fucking cunt reporter came up, and instead of saying, hey, congratulations, or it's nice to see you back in Philly, or are you enjoying the festivities here, or whatever, she walks up and she says, is it true that the allegations are that you had an inappropriate relationship with a 16-year-old girl back in 1973?
Jesus Christ.
And he goes, 1973? That was over 50 years ago, babe. He says, do you remember what you even did last year? And she took fucking offense that he called her babe.
Too bad.
And they dragged her in to the casino where he was talking so he could personally apologize, and he did not apologize.
Good for him.
He said, babe is just a I call, hey babe, it's not a demeaning thing. And he says, and why are you fucking asking me about an inappropriate relationship with somebody who was 16 years old back in 1973? He goes, I wasn't a 50-some-year-old man then. He goes, you got to remember, I was in my 20s. And if indeed the girl that you're talking about, and mind you, Cincinnati is right there at Kentucky. He said the age of consent in Kentucky is 16. My grandmother from Kentucky married my grandfather at 16.
Wow.
Because that's the age of consent. My grandpa was 18 and she was 16.
Well, and how can she be fucking butthurt when she just asked him if he's a pedo?
Yeah.
Hey, are you a pedophile? No, babe, I'm not. Hey, don't call me that.
So that was one of the things of the documentary that just
Well, good for him for not apologizing.
And the thing is, and what brought that up was one of the interviewers in the documentary. He goes, do you remember going back to Philadelphia to commemorate the 40th anniversary of the World Series? He goes, yeah. He goes, did you have a good time? He goes, yeah, I had a great time, except for that reporter. He says, she just fucking ruined the day.
That's right. That's good. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that, to actually seeing Pete Rose. I didn't realize. What's that, on Max or
on
Tubi
Max,
or Max?
Yeah, it's on Max, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Dude, I'm a huge fan of Tubi. I don't understand why anybody would be on fucking Netflix anymore. There's nothing on Netflix anymore. Netflix is like a ghost town.
Yeah.
And let me just tell you, I have been using, I get Hulu free with my phone.
Right.
And so, but it's the commercial Hulu with the commercials.
Sure.
That is fucking a tough watch. Jesus fucking Christ. Every 5 minutes, there's 2 minutes more commercials.
Right.
It's fucking awful.
Well, that's why people buy cable or bought cable, because they were willing to pay for programming without commercials. That's why people bought Sirius XM radio, because they wanted their programming without commercials. That's why people got Amazon Prime, because they wanted to watch their programming without commercials.
And now it's all been ruined.
Yeah, it's all ruined now.
It's all ruined. It's at least Tubi. When you're watching Tubi, it seems like there's like 1 30-second commercial every 15 minutes or so.
Right.
And that ain't so. I mean, it's really not bad.
Yeah, some of the commercials are only 15 seconds long.
Which is great.
You know?
Yeah. But speaking of that, we do have some commercials to watch tonight as well.
Right.
I found a new brand that we need to pay attention to tonight.
Right. It's not Lume.
It's not Lume. No, it's definitely not Lume.
If you want to get rid of your ass stink.
Yeah, if you got a smelly cooch, it's Lume for women.
Exactly. All right. Well, do you have anything else? I think we'll wrap up.
I think we're good. Yeah, we're good for now.
Yeah, so I think we came out strong on the first segment, kids.
Well, some people think that I sucked, but Barden's trying desperately to get me to put up another comment about something about me, but I'm just not going to put them up anymore. So find something else to fuck with, Barden, because I ain't putting any more of them up.
Right.
So.
Right. All right. Well, if you guys and gals want to get a request in, you can send your request at request@theclassicmetalshow.com. I notice again now, because I don't get through all the requests, I usually, lately anyway, because I've been getting so many requests, I end up not getting to maybe 3 or 4 of them at the end of the night.
Sure.
So now people are hitting me up earlier and earlier with their requests.
Dude, what the fuck?
I go from the first ones in all the way to the last ones out. So
the last hour of the show should be just all commercial free music, dude.
Right, of course.
I'd be okay with that.
But I appreciate everybody who wants to jump in and, get a tune played.
Yeah, that's cool. Hey, no problem.
Yeah. So glad to do it. All right. Well, we're going to get rolling here. We'll come back and Chris is going to bring us some conspiracy theories. So get your tinfoil hats on, kids.
Wrap the heads with some tinfoil because it's coming.
Ooh.
Well, it's not necessarily all conspiracy. One conspiracy.
Right.
But then just some other weird shit all around this Jack Russell thing.
Okay. All right.
Very weird.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll let you kick off the music. So what shall we hear?
We shall hear, let's go very old school Whitesnake. Let's go with the song Breakdown from the Snake Bite record.
Okay.
I mean, very old school Whitesnake. He's releasing another fucking box set. I just saw that this week, a box set of the solo albums.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, man, it's another 8-disc set. That motherfucker must have saved every scrap of anything he ever recorded.
Okay.
Because this is his 5th or 6th box set. I guess he's emptying out the closet before he retires, but...
All right, fair enough. All right, well, we'll play a few tunes. We'll come back and get into it. So here it is. It is David Coverdale with Whitesnake with Breakdown, exclusively here
on your classic metal show.
Get ready to turn up the excitement at your next event with the Perfect Choice Band, the ultimate party starters in Ohio and beyond. Picture this: 2 electrifying vocalists, a powerhouse rhythm section, and a horn ensemble that will blow you away. That's right, the Perfect Choice Band isn't just another cover band. We're here to transport you to the heart of the party with unforgettable renditions of your favorite hits. From classics to chart toppers, we've got your playlist covered. Our mission? To keep you singing and dancing until the stars fade into dawn. So, why settle for ordinary when you can have extraordinary? Call 440-346-5242 or visit us at perfectchoiceband.com to book the ultimate entertainment experience for your special day. The Perfect Choice Band, where every moment is music to your ears. Don't miss out. Book now and let's make memories together.